Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited certification body podcasts, including Forbes, Tech Target, People Managing People. We offer 100 plus globally accredited certifications across emerging and in-demand domains like global summits. Join a vibrant community of 25,000 plus members and be part of our global events. Check our review. Welcome to the Global Skill Development Council, your gateway to digital transformation. We are an independent, vendor-neutral ISO IEC 1024 accredited is accredited by the Accreditation Board for International Certification Bodies, ABIC.
Hello everyone, my name is Pratibha and I'll be your moderator today. So if at any point you have any question or if you want to know more regarding the GSDC, please feel free to use the chat box. And I really apologize for starting the session a little bit delay. So let's start with the sessions. I hope you're all ready for that. So once again, welcome back to the Global Skill Development Council in GSDC Studio AI Implementation Series. Hands-on webinar series especially designed for managers and professionals like you so that you can not just learn but you can also apply what you take away. So one of the things which make this webinar so interesting is the amazing expert of panel we have lined up for you. Some of them have already delivered a very incredible and insightful sessions and others are all set to bring in more powerful ideas. And here's a little spoiler. So we are continuously adding more speakers into our panel to make your learning journey even more engaging, dynamic, and fun. So you want to know how you can grab the spot? Well, hang tight till today's end of the sessions and I'll be telling you the details then. So for those who have joined with us for the very first time, let me give you a quick introduction who we are. Global Skill Development Council is a globally recognized certification body. We are authorized, we have a 100+ authorized training provider. We are accredited by ABICP. We have 500+ subject matter experts across globe who help us improving our program. We are currently covering 100+ certification in our portfolio. Till yet, we have a 250,000 professionals certified with us. We are also associated with 1,000 plus multinational companies and 50 plus universities worldwide. We are very proud to be associated with our media partner WordPress Hub for all of our press releases and event releases, and also for helping us simplify our initiative and reach it to the wider global audience. So, before starting the session, I just wanted to make a quick announcement that we have just launched a very unique platform called GSDC AI Studio Lifelong Learning Initiative. 100 plus live monthly sessions with global expert, in which you will be getting the 4 daily sessions, 45-minute live expert lead sessions for hands-on learning. Sessions from global expert, you can learn directly from our AI leaders around the world. Real time practice, you can apply concept immediately and get your question answered. Certification ready, you will be getting the training aligned with industry standard for job ready skills. So, do you want to know how you can get the benefit of GSDC AI Studio? Well, let me tell you. So there are three ways for this. First, you have a free 14-day access in which you will be getting the 80 plus live session per month and access to full GSTC studio. Second, you have a GSTC lifelong membership. You will be upgrading to Pro in $109 and you will be getting the 80 plus live session per month, access to full GSTC studio, free GSTC membership, access to physical events, LinkedIn profile improver. Last but not the least, we have GSTC certification plus lifetime membership. Now, participant, this offer is for a very limited time of period, so make sure you are taking the advantage of it because the offer is starting from $100 in which you will be getting the lifetime access of GSTC certification, all benefits of lifetime membership, personalized coaching, capstone projects plus AI tool, GSTC co-pilot competency assessment tool. So as I told you, currently we are covering 100 plus certification in our portfolio, which include the learning and development HR, Gen AI, Agentic AI, emerging technologies, ISO lead auditor and implementer, project management and PMO, Agile DevOps and SRE, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and many more. But once you get certified with GSTC, you just don't walk away with the certification. You also become a community member path, which comes with the GSTC membership benefit, which include the lifelong membership, certification upgrade, workshop, boot camps, learning club access, also the full benefit of GSTC AI Studio, and many more. So now it's time to welcome our today's speaker. Today we have Miles with us. So Miles Magio is a top voice and featured speaker in AI agent engineering with over 3 years of hands-on experience building advanced autonomous agent. As the founder of Project Olivia and Cognitive Synergy, he has run 6 lakh plus real world AI model interactions and consulted for future 500 brands and leading AI startups. A two-time founder who has invested over 3 million personally into his ventures, Mile brings deep technical, strategic, and entrepreneurial expertise to the future of agent-based system. And today he is going to lead the session on simulate software development teams with coordinating AI agents role, cursor, and various feature by using a real life cases and using the hands-on tool demo. But before handing over the virtual mic, just a quick reminder. If you have any question, if you want to know regarding the GSDC initiative, or if you want to connect Miles regarding the session, during the session regarding any questions, any query, please feel free to use the chat box. We are also going to make an announcement at the end of events today, which is a $400 worth gift certification. So please hang tight till in today's end of the session. Also, once again, don't be shy. Drop your reactions and give quick comment into the chat box. So that way we know you are with us, you are actively listening and absorbing from this insightful session. With that, it's time to welcome Miles onto the platform. Thank you so much again, Miles, coming on our platform. We are very honored to have you as our speaker. The stage is all yours.
Great. Yeah, thank you, Pritpa. I appreciate it. Let me know if you can't hear me. Again, my name
You're
is Miles, and I am getting on here, and my goal by the end of this session is to ensure each of us on this chat is well equipped to utilize the cursor and cursor AI agent functionality to be able to create, demonstrate, debug, and further add features to your code base. utilizing tools like GitHub for repo storage, as well as many other features like talking about Google Cloud Provider. I am going to start sharing my screen here soon. Before I get started, I want to provide I believe, a PDF document uh, for those wanting to know how to get started on step by step with Cursor. I think we'll probably maybe we'll provide it after the session. Um, I'm trying to navigate on this new work environment. Excuse me. Hello, can you guys hear me? No. Oh no.
Yes, we are able to hear you, Miles.
Great, great. Okay. I'm going to share my screen once I can get back to the right place. Excuse me. One moment. And share. I'm not used to this new environment here. But if you can see my screen, I'm sharing the cursor environment as we speak right now.
Yes, we are able to see your screen. Thank you.
Right. I think yeah, if you stay to the end of this session, we will probably send out maybe an email or on the chat a step-by-step guide on how to get started with Cursor. So utilizing this over 3 years, I will say it is one of the top tools to use in coding and utilizing AI agents to actually code for you. Now, the nice thing about Cursor and there's also Replit and many other options out there too, like Windsurf and others is that it has a built-in AI agent functionality. And the AI agent is specifically good at going into your code base, reading your repo for you, and then actually acting and then making changes and updates for you. It's also easy to also see the changes that you're making in real time to then be able to add features, to uh, add functionality, to connect with your database the way you desire. The database logic adding and CRUD, so create, read, write, update to your database, as well as many other features. Actually, literally all coding development can be done in Cursor AI Agent if you know what you're looking for and what to do. And I'm going to demonstrate this. If you stay with us on the whole chat from beginning to end, you will see exactly how step by step to do this with zero technical knowledge needed. You will be learning, there is a long tail of learning how to utilize tools like these, which is now commonly known as what's called vibe coding. Although I will say the most important thing in vibe coding and web development and simulating code development and code generation and code creation, updates, feature adds, everything like that. The most important thing to doing this, utilizing the latest in AI agents, is actually just getting your hands in there and learning. Please know you can, from beginning to end, actually code many simple things. But I will say there is a level of deep technical knowledge that is needed for much more advanced engineering skills to develop web applications. Now, speaking to an audience of uh, much more middle management and C-suite executives, I will say it's important to note there are studies being made where it takes individuals who couldn't code before and it makes them extremely good at coding when they couldn't code before. But I will say it does take the productivity nowadays It takes the productivity of really highly skilled developers who are very intelligent and are learning and willing to adapt, and it increases their productivity immensely. Um, Now, we may have heard of studies that have come out online that have become public knowledge of it actually decreasing public productivity. But from my research and from what I understand, and everything I've learned in my field, is that the models have advanced greatly since 6 months ago. Namely the release of ChatGPT 5 codex, um, and Cursor Claude Code, as well as Claude 4.5 Sonnet and 4.5 Opus. Please note that these models, and I will show you the difference, when you download Cursor and you add your repo, I will show you. If you follow along on my screen now, at the bottom, you will see a text box. This is where the prompt goes. And this is where you can choose agent, plan, or ask. And namely, you can mostly use agent, but next to it, you can actually decide to choose from many different options associated with what you decide to choose to utilize during your agent experience. You can go to all models. We can go here, and then you can go to all models, which opens up a window form, as you can see. And you actually can choose between the latest models. Namely, I want to look at Opus 4.5 and add this here. GBT 5.1 Codex High, I want highlighted. Fast designates a fast model. Now, why choose between the different models? It's very important to note there are certainly some models like Claude, Opus. So Claude Opus 4.5 Anthropic's model is very expensive. If you look at the token cost, it's very pricey. And so you can see here, highlight, Anthropic's latest model. The codex is 2x when the input exceeds 2,000 tokens. So there are specific credits and general guidelines by which to utilize the models. When you sign into the Cursor online portal, you can see step by step exactly how much each query to the model costs. Generally speaking, there is a free tier that takes I believe it's free for 14 days. You have a lot of room to test this out and get a handle of it. After that, I believe it's $20 a month, if I'm not mistaken. I will say for serious coders coding all day long, you generally will exceed that quite a bit. There's, I believe, a $60 tier and a $200 tier. But generally speaking, you can set up the the $20 tier, and then have usage after that. The $200 tier, I believe, will give you $400 in credits. And kind of going back to my earlier point, really the most important part about vibe coding and going deep and understanding these type of tools, AI agent tools, is to get your hands dirty and really get to know these systems well and how they work. Composer 1 is Cursor's model. It's generally known as fairly fast. But many of the models, especially the good models, take time. They have to they take a lot of steps. They decide to take a lot of steps and pull a lot of tools, and as a result, they do take time. Some of the more advanced runs that I've done sometimes take up to several minutes, or even up to 20 minutes. So this might be something as you prepare your environment and get ready to code. You might want to have some dumbbells or have food nearby or snacks or other tabs open on your other screen to do research. But as I will show, you still want to keep an eye on the AI agent to make sure it's doing what you need to do, approve any necessary changes, and then move forward from there. The onboarding process is fairly simple. I do have a PDF I will allow individuals to access to know how to download, sync with GitHub. The hosting platform, which is not offered from Cursor, the database infrastructure that is not offered by Cursor. But we can't, yeah, I think we will share that PDF with you, maybe via email or on the chat at the end when I get a chance. But when we take a look at Cursor, there's some things we want to note, especially when going to test it. You want to know and understand like your web application or mobile application is running well. So for this, to set up your environment and have your code, the very first thing you want to do in Cursor, inside of Cursor, is to have a browser application up and going. Generally, I was kind of getting this ready today, and we have a local host environment. So the actual web application is actually hosted on your actual desktop itself. Your computer is hosting it essentially as a test run. In order to push it out to the World Wide Web for people to access, there needs to be a host like Google Cloud Platform or AWS, so Amazon Web Service, or some of the others that offer this backend cloud database, backend system to serve it. In order to go out to the World Wide Web, you need a domain, connect all that. There's many different things. If you do get stuck, I do recommend Perplexity Deep Research. $20 tier gets you as many deep research questions, thorough questions. You can literally, it can step you through step by step exactly what strategy to take in order to set up your backend. But as it relates to Cursor AI Agent, the very first step is to ensure that your local host is up and going. And so I am going to ask it, please, let me make sure I'm on the right keyboard here. Please ensure localhost 3000 or 3001 in my case. You could just say, please ensure localhost is up and working. Notice how I'm putting just very plain, simple language into the AI agent at the right. Cursor 2.0 is, you will see it actually working in the background as I continue to speak and explain. So there is an editor version and then there is an AI agent version. Notice on the right-hand screen, I need to view what's going on and I have to actually run this manually. Now, generally, I want to set this to run everything because that is okay with me. So I'm going to set this to run everything, click success, so that it continues to do this. Now I'm going to go back to my browser, which I have the localhost 3001 up and running. Now, why do we have localhost 3001 up and running? Is because it allows your database to run locally on your computer so you can visually see exactly the way your code is serving your web application in this case. You can also allow it to show you mobile view and many other things as well. For example, yeah, it's still running, as you can see on the screen. This is, yeah, and so you can imagine there's a lot of background things you can do while you wait for the agent to work, to think, to process, to call tools, and to change your database. So it says inspect existing processes, server script to understand expected port. Notice how I wrote it in very plain language and it's just executing on its own. It will do this. And generally speaking, it very much executes what you ask it to execute for the most part. So it's continued to run. Even if it looks static, generally it's still pretty much processing. Again, I haven't touched it. I haven't added anything else since that original prompt. I clicked enter and away it goes. I'm not doing anything else. But I am keeping an eye on it to make sure it's on the right track. There we go. You didn't see it. I'll put the localhost back up, but you can actually see the web application is now loading here. Now I'll go to a simple page here, like the cookie policy, for example. And it's actually showing me everything exactly the way users on the other end, looking at the website, web application, native application, mobile application, will see exactly how it works. And you can actually change, into mobile view and to see, oh, well, this particular page is not very mobile friendly, is it? Okay. That's important to note because generally speaking, we want web applications to be mobile friendly. So you can see it open a tab up actually within Cursor itself, which is interesting. We'll go back here. But you can actually check, is there any changes to the code base? There's actually not. It's mostly tool calling within your desktop environment only. What you can do is add more threads. So I'm going to go here to new chat. It's kind of small, but you click new chat and you can kind of start a new thread. Notice how it's in a local environment. We always want to stay in a local environment as it relates to the desktop application, as it has the most features. Again, we'll do another demonstration. So on Cursor, please note, as you're doing this, thinking about this, you're choosing, the different models. We talked about that briefly. I am getting really good at using GPT 5.1 Codex. That's their kind of like coding AI agent that comes from OpenAI's models. It's not necessarily the best, but new models are coming out every month. Literally every month, brand new amazing models are coming out. Namely, a more popular one, if we can go to see Kimi 2 is a new one. And you can just kind of add your favorite models in here and get rid of the rest. Opus 4.5, you'll notice as soon as you start using 4.5, it's amazing. It doesn't cause many bugs. Now, if it does cause a bug, you wait for the run to end. You can undo it very easily. You can undo specific changes it makes, et cetera, et cetera. But Gemini 3 Pro is also something you want to test. Also kind of an expensive model. It really depends. And you really only find out, in your Cursor portal, your transaction, and you see your bill kind of stacking up. But serious coders who code full time every single week, they can expect a hefty bill. I mean, you can add up several $100s in token cost if you're very serious about it. You use some of the best models. It's very effective. It's very productive. But just setting the expectation, there's some allowances. Cursor has enterprise. For executives, they have enterprise level. What's it called? Accounts that you can control pricing and these kind of things. But this is the state of the art. I'm gonna run another one. Namely, we kind of noted that in the cookie policy, when I kind of shrank the actual web browser from left to right, we noticed this is not exactly mobile friendly, is it? Right? So the very next step is to write a prompt in plain language that informs the agent to go into the cookie policy page and make it very uh, user friendly in mobile view, particularly. Um, so we will kind of set this off to the side. Hopefully you can see both of my screens here. And that'll be our kind of first major demonstration. So we literally tell it where to go. Go to the cookie page. You can add the specific files and stuff like that. You don't necessarily need to, especially with the larger models. Notice I'm using ChatGPT 5.1 codecs. I turn max mode on, which I really prefer. You can use multiple models. That's fine. It will decide between the models to use. This 1x, I would not really do much with these. I'll turn these off. Changing this really changes, like, it's like you're getting multiple versions of the same output. If it's like a taste thing, if it's kind of like a designer thing, you're not sure you're not sure exactly which one's going to be better. You get multiple outputs you can choose from. Not really necessary. Just keeping it to 1x and going one at a time is generally okay, but at least you have that option and you know about it. So go to the cookie page and one of the strategies you can say, scour the code base related to the cookie policy page, and so it knows where to go, and ensure the whole page is entirely and dynamically user friendly. Kind of vague terms, right? It's like kind of broad. We're not being very specific. That's okay. Dynamically and user friendly in mobile view. And at each step of the way from, no, I'm being purposefully non-technical. I mean, I'm being very just plain language. I know what I want. I don't want I want this to be very nice in mobile view. It's not right now. Things are hanging off. Things are kind of hard to read. Things are kind of smushed together. So be user friendly in mobile view and at each step of the way from desktop view to mobile view dynamically. So dynamically meaning like at every step of the way from desktop view to mobile view. We definitely want this page to look really nice in mobile view, so that's what we're going to do. Ensure not to make any other changes, but be thorough in each section of this page. Sometimes I like to add, and this is really just learning. Again, the most important part is get your hands on, involved, learning. I know some of the highest ranking corporate executives and founders, they don't have to do this, but they love to learn what's best out there. I mean, they're actually just getting their hands on and like learning how to use these tools. And I will say, being thorough in each section of this page. So ensure to be comprehensive in doing this on the whole page using reasoning equals high. Again, not necessary, not required, but I will say this is just from my personal experience. what I've seen works really well. When you say reason equals high, that is a ChatGPT 5 actually parameter that they build in the model. If you say using reasoning equals high, that means it's going to use more reasoning tokens in order to execute what it needs to do. Okay. What you do is click enter. I'll kind of explain this a little bit more as we go along, but now we're in waiting phase. Okay. And it sets a little plan. It continues to do this, and I don't need to do anything now until it outputs. The reality is here in late 2025, you do need to keep an eye on it. You do have to kind of handle it. Whatever it executes at the end, it says done. I did this thoroughly. I did amazing. It pats itself on the back with a little output that says everything was done exactly the way you asked. Is there anything else I can help you with, servant, master? The reality is you can't trust it. You still have to watch out for it. These models are getting better. Even in the last few months, I mean, these models, these AI models, the codex and the cursor AI agent, I mean, all these are just getting so much better. And you can trust them more and more. And someday they will truly be AI agents you can trust, but not right now. Not where they're at least with Cursor, Replit, any other real IDE like this, which is environment that you set up to do this. I will say these models also are getting pretty good at like knowing where to look at your code base, where to kind of scour. I said scour the code base, so it's going to take a little extra time, making sure it has full context before it make changes. It still hasn't made any changes yet, but it's still thinking. Notice how you can kind of scroll up, kind of see what it's thinking about. We're literally just waiting. I mean, get the dumbbells out, walk the dog, get some chores done around the office. Like literally, this is gonna take a bit. This is the state of the art. Composer is faster, so there's some models that are faster. Maybe they cost more, but they have less performance. See? I prefer really accurate models that have high reasoning, that cost a little more, and take a little more time. And that's kind of the trade-off I always take, is I always go for more accuracy, higher performance, takes more time. And I can do stuff like talk to you guys and twiddle my thumbs while I wait, But yeah, this is exactly how it feels. No, okay. So yeah, it made its first change we've seen. So you can see its cookie.txt file. You can see on the left side, it literally just made changes. You can see the actual page actually change. A little skeptical. I don't like it. You can literally see it added 243 lines and subtracted 11 lines. It added 33 lines and subtracted 31 lines. See? Just making high-level reasoning of the cookie pages and of the cookie page and all related documents, all related text files, all related files in the code base associated with this that needs to be changed and making it. And your local host will send it immediately. If you like, it's not finished. We're still waiting. I literally haven't done anything. I'm just looking. I'm just observing. And realistically, I would move on to other, I would move on to other topics. I would move on to other tasks I need to do throughout the day. Read emails, respond to emails, many other things. I'm just waiting. It's just working. It's working. It usually works pretty well. Okay. And it gives a little response. Now it's kind of looking into some other things. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. And right at the end here, it added another 276 lines, subtracted 42 lines. Now you can click on these and you can look, red is what it deleted, green is what it accepted. And you can accept step by step, exact like each step of the way, the changes you want to accept, the changes you don't want to accept. So here I'll just keep, because I normally do that. Yellow are the files on the left side that it changed. So you can actually just go step by step, exactly. You refresh this just in case, but this is kind of what it looks like in mobile view now. I don't like it. It wouldn't be my final product for sure. But it's close. It's closer than it was before. So, if sometimes there's compiling errors, I do recommend if you run into a compiling error that you simply go back, you discard all changes that were made in that run and start over. If you have some errors, yes, it can fix the errors. The AI models are good at fixing errors and compiling errors and bugs and stuff like that, especially when you point them out specifically. You can when you get the error code of like the compiling error, you can screenshot it and then paste it into the prompt as kind of a help, like, hey, this is the error I received. Go ahead and fix this. That helps too. But almost in all cases, if you do a run, I highly recommend just, especially a compiling error, just back out. Just do it. Remind it, hey, make sure there's no errors every step of the way. Add that prompt. You'll be pretty good. This is a good change. You can do a comparison. I'm gonna maybe we have time for one more demonstration, then we'll go into Q&A. Okay, so now, so I'm saying now, go to the token page and yeah, and ensure the page let's see, page buttons at the top of the page on the token page um is then used as the framework for the cookie policy. I'm sure there's a better way to write this, but I'm just kind of writing quickly. Page. By making any changes to the cookie policy page. And I hope I'm demonstrating to everybody, you can just write in plain language exactly what you want. This is not technical knowledge, although it does understand technical knowledge as well, like technical terminology, I should say. So please keep that in mind. You can be as technical or as non-technical, but as long as you're very specific, clear, and provide exactly the way you want, even maybe adding examples. In this case, I'm having it reference one part of the code base in one page. Yeah, and then going into another part of the code base. But I'm just writing. Now, I said token page. I hope it doesn't sound too technical. If you feel lost, that's kind of more like pointing to a specific part in my web application. Cookie policy page, that's just another name of a page in my. But the point being in this, I'm making an example of taking an example from one page and then having it create a similar type of structure, layout, user experience in another page. That's all I'm hoping to demonstrate in this next one. Making any other changes in the cookie policy page only so that the page buttons at the top of the cookie policy page is exactly like the page buttons at the top of the cookie policy. Top of the is exactly sorry. Token page, yeah. And these are just pages on my website, like I said. Pages, they're just like, different pages within a website. Yeah, I mean, you do have to have some, I think you do have to some very bare minimum understanding of how kind of websites are laid out, what pages mean, what how your website is set up, how your web application is set up, where your cookie pages, how to actually talk to the code base, how to talk to the AI agent in this case. You do have to have some fundamentals. Brushing up on your terminology can help if you're just starting at the very, very beginning. Likely you don't want to hire someone who is supposed to be a web developer who wants to get into your code base and make changes to your code base. So it is still recommended to have someone technical doing this. I just want to demonstrate the capability of talking to the AI agent like in plain language. So I'm caveating this with kind of other context only. Make changes to the cookie policy page. And I like to always add be thorough about uh, thorough about following these instructions using. I always like to add reasoning equals high. I mentioned about what that is. Click. I'm just going to go. Yeah, I finally wrote it. You'll get good at these prompts. Prompt writing. You become a prompt writing specialist. You can do this yourself. I just hope you get a grasp as middle management and executive, kind of what engineers, their life is going to be like. And you can get very technical, deep into the logic, very specific about the connections associated with the security and APIs. As it's doing this, I'm going to add as kind of one last caveat as we are running out of time, and then we'll go to Q&A. Perplexity Deep Research is amazing for speccing out a new feature. What does that mean? Speccing out means what are all the details that should be added into the code base to make this feature. You first ask the AI agent. You can go here to agent and you can go over, click ask. That way it just answers your question about the code base. And then it goes, you can ask it, as the agent's running in the background, hey, what are all the files and places and information I need to know to make a prompt to spec out this type of feature? Okay, so then you take the result of that and you put it in a Perplexity Deep Research, for example, and you say, hey, I'm making a detailed spec program. Please write a comprehensive spec, detailed spec about this very specific feature I want to add to my web application. Okay, so then it writes pages and pages of specs, and then you can actually literally just copy and paste that spec into this AI agent, which we just did. So it's a specification on how to create the feature, and then watch it go. Okay, then you go to localhost, and then you test it. And that's the key, is always testing it. Okay, so the result was it added 27 lines to the cookie page and deleted 70. Okay, so we go here and you notice changes were made, large changes. It looks like the buttons at the top disappeared. Okay, so that's the progress. And you just keep going until it's done. And yeah, so with that said, I will kind of open this up to Q&A if we have some time.
Thank you so much, Miles, for the amazing and insightful sessions. I'm sure our participants have learned a lot. So, participant, the floor is officially open for question and answer. Although we are running out of the time, so we will not be able to take the more question, but we will try to cover as many as we can. So, the Miles, Aminat wants to know. It feels so technical that she felt so lost. So, is this a graded towards software developer, or can anyone without software knowledge and technical expertise try their hand in this?
Let me unmute myself. Yeah, that's what I was kind of mentioning earlier. Yeah, I mean, reality, if we're talking to an audience of managers, middle management, and executives, so you really want to hire someone technical still to do this, even use the cursor AI agent. But I hope this helps you understand, like, as long as you know plain language like I wrote, like what pages are, where your pages are, you're able to specify, how to engineer something. You can actually have Perplexity Deep Research help you write prompts for the agent. That's my very simple answer to that. But ideally, I mean, we're hiring people to do these jobs. You really want someone more technical to do this. I hope this just helps you get an idea for non-technical managers to understand what technical employees and team members are up to and doing.
Thank you so much for this detailed and thoughtful answer. So, Mayova wants to know, is it possible? Can you just recap on the whole process briefly? I would really appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, so the ideal late 2025 you know productivity is you receive, a feature you want to add into your web application. You go into this AI agent, click ask, kind of as I was mentioning. This is for much more comprehensive, like larger scope features that need to be engineered really well. You say what is all the information that an engineer needs to know about my code base to create this feature. And it'll give you a list of files, it'll give you references, it'll tell you everything. Then you take that information, you copy and paste it into Perplexity Deep Research. Deep Research will you then say, hey, here's information you need to know about my code base as it relates to this feature change. This is the exact feature I want to change. Features or sets of features I want to change. You want to keep the scope kind of small so that it works. Write me a detailed professional spec that you can put in to Cursor AI agent to then make the proper changes associated with my code base. Okay. So then you have it go through, you wait several minutes, you get the response, and then you paste the prompt that it suggests. You kind of read it over, maybe make tweaks, those kind of things. But then you put it, if you like the specs, the specifications of the feature, then you place it back into Cursor AI Agent with your favorite model or a model you're familiar with, etc. And then you have it run. If you keep running into errors or it's not following instructions, make the change, make the prompt a little bit easier, make it smaller in changes. Be very detailed about what exact changes you need to make. And go from there. Just go back and forth. And again, if you don't take anything else from this session, learning how to use these tools, getting your hands on, utilizing these tools over and over again for months will give you a great grasp on which model to use, how large of a task you can run on each run, what you can trust it with, what you can't trust it with, security features, and also the cost of each run, how long it takes. Varies widely and is changing every single month. And so hands-on is very important. Understanding this, so this will help you coach Your team members help your whole team be productive and let everyone stay on the same page with what tools you utilize now and going forward. But this is the standard. These things are amazing, and every programmer I know are starting to use tools just like this.
Thank you so much for those detailed and insightful answer, Miles. So, as I told you, participant, that we will not be able to take more questions. I really apologize for that because we are running out of the time. But I am sharing Miles' LinkedIn ID into the chat box for your convenience, guys, so that you can connect with him. And if you have any question, if you need any consultation, or if you have any query, you can connect him directly and ask him. I'm sure Miles would be happy to help you out, right, Miles?
Yep, yep, yeah. Make sure to follow me on LinkedIn, guys. I'm putting out a lot of good information, especially as it relates to AI agents and this AI agent revolution. Very valuable information. I'm just here to help. So
Thank you so much, Miles, for those amazing and thoughtful answer. So let me just move ahead with the next part of the event. Miles, could you please unshare your screen?
yeah.
Thank you so much. So the moment you have been all waiting for, today's AI tool challenge. So today your challenge is that you have to use the cursor's multi-agent workflow to simulate a real software development team where each AI agent plays a different role, including the project manager, architect, backend developer, QA engineer. You'll experience how Cursor coordinate agents to plan, build, debug, and improve software collaboratively, just like a real development team. So I'm sharing this AI tool challenge into the chat box so that you don't miss out. But while completing this challenge, make sure you guys are posting it on the LinkedIn. And while posting it on the LinkedIn, do tag the GSDC because by tagging the GSDC, you guys will give us a chance to follow your journey and cheer for you for every step of the way. Also, the winner of this challenge will get a $400 worth gift certification voucher. So do take off the advantage of this challenge. Take a part of it, post it on LinkedIn, tag the GSTC. And we are so happy to see this many of the participants actively taking the part into the challenge and they're posting it on the GSTC. And while tagging onto the GSDC, they are giving us a chance to follow their journey and track their performance, track their progress, and cheer for them to every step of the way. So I hope, please make sure you guys are tagging the GSDC as well. So, before wrapping up, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you guys are ready to get the certification for the AI session, which include the GenAI Foundation, AI Foundation, Agentic AI, and any others tool, so the certifications are now available on our website. You can go into our website, you can check the certification, and we are giving a complimentary coupon code to our all of our participants for the coupon code link will give you a 20% off for using this link for the certification. So but this offer is for a very limited time of period, so make sure you're taking the advantage of it. Go into our website, check the certificate you want to have, opt for that, use the coupon code link and get 20% off discount. And as I say this in every webinar, and I have actually started getting DMs from the many participants on LinkedIn, and we have started receiving the feedbacks on our website that they have, after using this tool, their job hunting journey has been very much improved. So as in today's AI era, everyone is taking the help of AI to make their professional journey even more easier. But HRs and recruiters are also one of the people who take the help of AI to make their professional journey even more easier because they do get a lot of resume. So now, instead of screening the resume one by one, they have started to screen it from the AI screening system. But that is also the biggest reason, because let's face the fact, this is the biggest reason that most candidates resumes are getting rejected, because even though after having the experience and skills, because their resume is not as per the AI screening ATS system. So what you can do, you can take the help of utility tool, and we are also giving a complimentary coupon code exclusively to our participant only, which will give you 100% off for using this tool. I have shared the coupon code link into the chat box so that you don't miss out. So it will, by using the utility tool, you can log in by your LinkedIn ID and password, and according to the job designation you are targeting, industry you are targeting, it will give you a recommendation to revamp your LinkedIn profile, including the experience management, bio, portfolio, everything. So when everyone is taking the help of AI, why or not? Take the help of AI, make your take the help of utility tool, use this coupon code, get the 100% off, and make your job hunting journey even more easier. Stand out your resume in front of the HRs and recruiters. So tomorrow we are going to have one more session. As today we had a very amazing session with Miles. Tomorrow we are going to have a session with Swati, who is a OCI cloud and AI architecture. And the session is going to be conducted at the same time, 7:30 a.m. Central Time, 9:30 p.m. Singapore time, and 7 p.m. Indian time. After this, there is one more webinar is going on. So if you are a ISO enthusiastic people, I would strongly recommend you to join this webinar. Currently, we are going on to the ISO 4201 and ISO 2701 across the industry, and we are covering the topic which will make you the future ready, which will make you the ready for upcoming new year 2026. And it is start going at 8:30 a.m. Central Time, 10:30 p.m. Singapore time, and 8 p.m. Indian time, just after this webinar. So you can join over there as well. And I'm going to host one more session after the ISO webinar, that is learning and development, that is going to be conducted at 9:30 a.m. Central Time, 11:30 p.m. Singapore time, and 9 p.m. Indian time. So this learning and development webinar, we are covering the skills, and we are covering the topic which will enhance your skill and make your future ready to make an impact in 2026 as a global leader into the learning and development. So if I'm hoping to see you all there as well. You can find the registration link from the website. I have also shared the link into the chat box for your convenience so that you don't miss out. And these are all of the platform where you guys can connect with us, our LinkedIn, our website, our WhatsApp group. Also, we would love to hear your feedback. We would love to know what you guys think about the sessions we are conducting. If you want to cover any topics, what are your session takeaways? What are your learning outcome? We would love to know, because your feedback and suggestions will help us to improve our learning program to make your learning journey even more engaging, dynamic, and fun. So I'm sharing all of the platforms link and reviews.io link so that you can share the feedback, and you can stay also be connected all of our platform for staying updated regarding our upcoming events and trends. Now it's time to celebrate our referral champions. So we have Leela, we have Saroj, and we have Dauda. Thank you so much to all three of you for helping us simplify our initiative and reach it to the wider global audience. Keep the momentum going. You can also be part of the referral championship. So what you have to do, if any of your peers, colleagues, and professionals wants to join for this webinar, you can refer the registration link from our GSDC website for any of the webinar. So every referral will earn you a point, and once you hit a $50 point, you will be able to get a free gift certification voucher. With that, it's time to come to an event. Thank you so much once again, Miles, for the amazing and insightful sessions. We are very honored to have you as our speaker. Looking forward to having you in the future sessions as well. And thank you so much to all of the participants who has joined into the learning journey. And I'm hoping to see you all into the next session of learning and development webinar also. And if you're a ISO enthusiastic, my colleague Guri is hosting this webinar. So we are hoping to see you all there as well. And till then, keep learning, keep energizing. Have a good day, good night, good evening, wherever you are.